Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1514. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to thewoddoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them. What we're talking about today is chops, and utilizing chops in both a contralateral and ipsilateral pattern, all about transmitting force from the upper extremities to the lower extremities. We're going to do a half kneeling chop, and I'm going to talk to you about just a couple things that I see and something that I would like you guys to implement, okay? I'm a huge believer in transverse plane mechanics, especially in the functional fitness world, and I don't think that we utilize them enough in our training. I'm going to show you with a band, but of course we can do this with a cable rack or something like that. What you're going to notice here is I have a band that is relatively pretty high above me. All right, when I pull the band, when I put myself into a position, I'm starting. It doesn't matter which half kneeling position you start with, but obviously you want to have a good starting point of a good half kneeling position. If you don't have that, this isn't a maneuver for you. All right, but the band itself is pretty high above me, right? So when I get myself into this position, I'm going to start almost in a pal-off press position where I press out. The band is going to pull me up at approximately a 45-degree angle. So you can see it's coming up to my top shoulder up here, right? But what I want to happen is I want the whole body to turn and open. This is my first point. A lot of times when I have patients do this or when I'm trying to implement people, they'll do this. They'll move their arms across like this, but I got very little from the shoulder. I got a little bit, right? But I get very little from the whole torso. Right, so I want to be able to establish a tight position down that half kneeling position, right? And then I really want to make sure that I'm opening up, right, to come back down in. So when we think about doing a chop, we're thinking about a 45-degree angle down to the opposite side. So it's going to look like such in a nice controlled manner, right, like such. The second thing I want to talk to you about is doing these on an ipsilateral and contralateral pattern. So this would be an ipsilateral pattern, right? The band is on the same side that my leg is up, right? So my kneeling leg is the side that I'm coming from. That's probably what's going to feel like most natural to you in this position, okay? But I also want you to do it from the opposite side where we're opening up away from our kneeling leg, and then we're going to come into a chop position that's towards it. And this probably won't feel as natural, but we do get into positions that are like this. Now, the only thing I'm going to tell you is as you watch this and watch me do this, everything is exactly the same. It might look a little funny with my arm because my arm doesn't straighten, right? But ideally, my arms are going to be completely straight, and I'm going to come up into a position that looks very similar to that in that about 45-degree angle, okay? So the two things that I want to talk about and just recap is make sure that you're fully opening the torso. The movement comes from the torso, not from the shoulders. Like I can keep my whole body looking like this, like if I'm doing a golf swing, or I can open up everything from the bottom of the torso all the way up, right? So concentrate on getting a nice full opening on each side. And secondly, concentrate on doing ipsilateral and contralateral. So if I was going to put this into a set, I would obviously do the same set on my right side with my right leg up as I would on my left side. So I would do, say, 10 repetitions on my right side with my right leg up, and then keep my right leg up and do 10 more repetitions on the left. Switch legs, stay on the left, and then switch back over to the right, okay? So you guys have questions or anything else about this and using chops, or even chops and lifts in your rehabilitation methods, just let me know. Put a little picture, put a little note down below, and I'll try to get that to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, guys, we're here each and every day optimizing function to optimize performance.